My name is Nama Budhatoki. I am Regional Director at Open Mapping Hub for Asia Pacific. In this presentation, my colleague Harry, Mahardhika and I will introduce you to the world's biggest open mapping project called OpenStreetMap and its potential uses in DRR. OpenStreetMap is a global project with an open and free database. Because it is open, people from any part of the world can map their community and contribute to the database. It means that if the place you are living in does not exist on the map, you can map it yourself. That is very powerful. You can map your neighborhood. I can map my neighborhood. Everyone can map their neighborhoods. That is how neighborhoods, villages, cities, and countries get mapped in OpenStreetMap. As of now, more than 8 million people from around the world have registered for the project. It already has more than 500 million buildings in the database. Anyone can download and use OpenStreetMap data. You can download the entire database and use it for free. This is a remarkable development, particularly because most of the other sources of map data are controlled by governments or private organizations.
Hi, my name is Harry Mahardhika and I'm Disaster Service Manager for Open Mapping Hub Asia Pacific. OpenStreetMap is specifically important for disaster management since it meets critical data needs for all cycle of disaster management from prevention to recovery. As we know, when a disaster happens, one of the most important questions is what critical facilities are affected. How many schools and health facilities can still be accessed? Where are the evacuation centers nearby? Where is the fastest route to get to the shelter? All these questions will be answered only if we have a good base map. Maps and geodata allow various stakeholders, such as local communities, disaster management agency, and several decision makers, to understand risk by developing comprehensive dataset on buildings, roads, and key lifeline infrastructure, and helping them plan a response and policy. One of the most important components in using OpenStreetMap for disaster risk reduction is community. Since the data in the OpenStreetMap comes from local community members, it provides a holistic analysis of exposure impact from a particular disaster, all-rounded information, and local perspective. So the policy and plan for disaster management will be created, are on target, and meets the needs of the people.
HOT is an international non-profit organization established in 2011 after the 2010 earthquake in Haiti. During the response to the Haiti earthquake, we realized how important it is to have good map data for relief and aid work. Ever since then, HOT has been championing the use of OpenStreetMap data in the context of disasters and humanitarian crises. To make its work more effective and impactful, HOT has established 4 open mapping hubs in different regions in the world last year. Open Mapping Hub Asia Pacific is one of them. The hubs support, assist, and connect the local OpenStreetMap communities and partners in a wide range of areas with particular focus in disaster management. We bring expertise in open mapping data and technologies and work closely with partners to reduce disaster impact and increase resilience through data-driven decision-making in all phases of disaster management.
Humanitarian OpenStreetMap Team is committed to supporting disaster risk reduction by enhancing the experience of people contributing to the OpenStreetMap and other free and open mapping tools that support disaster risk reduction efforts and increase disaster resilience. There are several HOT tools that support several aspects of preparedness for the recovery phase of disaster. For example, we have HOT Tasking Manager and Map Campaigner. These tools It's aimed to help to identify which areas, objects, and information that we want to map in disaster areas. Moreover, it's used to execute, monitor, and evaluate the mapping progress, which is in alignment with the SENDE framework of understanding risk better. The second tool is Hot Export Tools and OpenStreetMap Galaxy. This tool is aimed to gather all the results, including data, information, and statistics of the mapping activity to strengthen one of the SENDE frameworks, which is disaster risk governance to manage disaster risk. And the third tool, called INASAFE. Actually, this tool is not a hot tool, but with the available data and information available in OpenStreetMap and probably collected through hot tools, we can also use the INASAFE and open and free tools to create particular disaster impact scenarios in particular areas to support disaster management, including disaster risk reduction activities. Also, this connected with SENDE framework enhance disaster preparedness for effective response and to build back better in recovery, rehabilitation, and reconstruction.
There are several examples of how OpenStreetMap has helped humanity in times of crisis. Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines, one of the most powerful cyclones ever recorded. Over 1,600 mappers modified more than 4.5 million map objects. The data contributed to the assessment of damaged buildings, rescue people, and create shelters. Similarly, in the month following the 2015 Nepal earthquake, over 8,000 mappers from around the world worked together to map about one-third of the country. The map data was used by a wide range of response and rescue agencies, including the Nepal Army. To demonstrate how the OpenStreetMap's work is used in disaster risk reduction, we will share two projects from the Asia-Pacific region, InnoWare in Indonesia and PhilaWare in the Philippines.
From 2016 to 2019, the Humanitarian OpenStreetMap Teams, or HOT, carried the InnoWare mapping project, a participatory mapping platform starting mapping Surabaya, Semarang, and Jakarta. Those are three major cities in Indonesia. We collected all critical information on buildings, roads, and also infrastructure related to the disaster management and uploaded them into OpenStreetMap. Furthermore, all the data also have been integrated into InnoWare, a disaster management platform created by the Pacific Disaster Center and used by National Disaster Management Agency or BNPB specifically to plan and create policies related to the disaster management. All the results and outputs as well as mapping guidelines are also available for the public and can be accessed freely by everyone through the website of HOT Indonesia. Following the successful implementation of InnoWare, in 2019 up to 2021, HOT continued the project in the Philippines through the PhilaWare project. In this project, HOT collaborated with the Office of Civil Defense or OCD for the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council to map Quezon City in 18 municipalities in Pampanga Province. HOT collaborated with local communities and several local government units or LGU throughout the process to provide comprehensive critical objects and information in their areas, and also put them on the map in an effort to increase disaster resilience in those areas.
Currently, we are working in 94 priority countries with a very audacious goal. Our goal is to map an area home to 1 billion people in 5 years. We prioritize areas that are prone to disasters and are suffering from multidimensional poverty. 25 of those countries are in the Asia-Pacific region. We know this is not an easy task. That is why our working model is different. We train, engage, and nurture open mapping communities in our priority countries. We create a strong network of open mappers at the national level and also at the local level and work with them to map the most critical infrastructure and keep the basic information ready to respond in times of crisis. We invite you to partner with us. We can help you to remain prepared for future disasters with data and technologies. We can help you to map disaster-prone areas of your interest using OpenStreetMap technologies. We can support you analyzing and using OpenStreetMap data and integrate it in your workflows, provide any mapping-related trainings, and most importantly, connect you to our local mappers and mapping communities. Before I conclude, let us remember, disaster happens somewhere, in some location. Good maps and location data help us save lives and reduce human sufferings. Let us work together. Thank you very much.